This is Lila from Starstruck Media. Today I am here with Steph. Super excited today. This is something that we've been looking forward to for a little while now, as hopefully when we post this, it's going to still be Pride Month, but it is Pride Month. And so we wanted to do a behind the screens interview with one of our favorite actors who happens to be in the BL world in Thailand. And so we are really excited today to introduce everyone to Pavel. Hi, Pavel. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me today.
Of course.
And glad to be doing the interview again because it's been so long since, all those interviews that I was doing 2 years ago. Now it's back. It's getting back. So
yes.
Excited.
Well, we're really excited to have you. You actually happen to be one of our favorite actors, in Thailand. We're newer to some of the shows, so we were really excited to have you on behind the screen and just to kind of get to know you a little bit more. We've been following you for a while. So for those of you of our viewers that don't necessarily know too much about your acting and everything that you've done so far, can you kind of just explain a little bit how you got into acting?
So I got into acting back in when it was 2019, around there. And it was the casting for Two Moon 2 the series. I went to casting for it because my professor, he recommended, because he saw the it's kind of weird, right? You're a teacher recommending you to go audition for acting. But he recommended me because he saw the poster, and then I went to the audition because I was doing modeling back then, but it was not like acting. It was just walking, the runway and photo shoot and stuff. So, and I was studying at that time, and then I was let's try something new. And then, to be honest, I wasn't expecting too much because I had no experience, and there was a lot of people that were joining in on the audition. It was 1,000 people and something. And
wow.
I went to that public casting, and then I got down to the something around 30 people, 60 people around there. And then to the final audition, and then down to the last 6 where we all got the role. And I was casted as 4th. He was an engineering student in Two Moon 2 the series, world. And and then it's kind of, and then I did the series, right? But then after that, when everything was going well, with the fan meeting, and it went quite good actually. I didn't expect it to be this big, but then COVID came and everything just kind of stopped. And then now we hear everything is normal again. I would say it's normal. Mask is a normal thing to wear, and then but people are not really scared anymore in my country. So I think it's a normal period now. And I'm having another series called Coffee Melody, which is a very different kind of series for me because the character, it's quite heartwarming, very charming, and the way he talks is very I wouldn't say seductive, but charming to listen to. And 4th in that series was kind of a ruthless, don't care guy. He just it's a very different character. And I went to read the comments on the the pilot trailer, which is a pre-trailer, not official. So there was a lot of comments waiting for me. They were waiting to see my role in the series because it's so different from my previous and my real life. So they want to see how it goes down. So I am very excited for the fans to see because it's very different, and I think we did quite well with in terms of acting and the production, because it's so colorful. It's very warm because the color is coffee, and it's very moody, warm kind of type. So it's home. It's home, cozy home, that vibe. Very different.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I know for us personally, after seeing you in Two Moons 2, we were so excited to see that you were going to be in Coffee Melody. I think when the the unofficial trailer dropped, she sent it to me and I was like, finally, it's about time. We were so excited. And even here in New York, things did stop too, after COVID, obviously that kind of happens. I don't think people are even wearing masks here anymore. It's so normal. But no, I mean, yeah, we were really excited to see, you know, that you were going to be in Coffee Melody, and that's one of, you know, our shows that we're really looking forward for. But so without giving, you know, too much away for people that, you know, haven't necessarily seen that unofficial trailer yet, can you kind of shed some light on what we can expect in that show from you?
Yep. Yeah, sure. I can give you a little bit more than the trailer because it's been said by the producer. So if he said it, then I can say it.
There you go. Okay.
I'm using that. So basically, okay, I'm trying to word it so it's not like, you know, a big exposure.
No Tom Holland.
So basically, like the plot line, you know, it's based around Dean E. Dean E is Bent. He play as Dean E, and he's a music producer going on a mission that was assigned by his you know, company to make a love song. So he was thinking, okay, a love song is easy, right? Everyone can try to make that. And then he had a struggle, you know, actually trying to make it. So his friend come to help him by bringing him to a cafe to, you know, everyone go to a cafe to chill, relax, work on a laptop, you know, just to hang out. And then he finds a guy, which is playing lap, which is I was role at. I was casted as playing lap, which is a barista. So he met me at my own cafe, and he found inspiration there. I don't know how, but yeah, you have to go find out inspiration. I was the inspiration, and he found me to be, you know, inspiration for making a love song. But how it turns out to be good or bad, you have to watch there.
Okay.
You know what you know what I'm trying to say? Like I can't like really say much, but like yeah, the outcome, is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be bad? Is it gonna be obstacle? And there, I would say this series is very interesting in terms of storytelling. I don't know about others because everyone has their own like when you watch a movie, everyone can like this movie. Other people can like this movie. We don't have same taste, okay? So like from my perspective, I would say this series has very like, you know, mixed genre, because we have like romance, drama, you know, comedy. Sometimes some episode you can be, you know, chilling, and then something boom boom, like it just plot twists everywhere. It's very interesting. So that's all I can say. Wow. So basically, to shorten it, it's based around Bent, which is Dean E. The story pushes around him, and then he's trying to find inspiration for a love song. Turned out to be good or bad, you have to see on there.
Well, now we're even more excited to see the show. I can't wait for it now.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it as well, because it's very interesting. Like the acting, you know, in 2 minutes too, I don't have much, you know, like I would say I had like airtime, but then like it's not like truly like just my own like, you know, main story. So here we had to do a lot of emotion, you know, and in terms of acting. So it's very challenging. Even just being casted as playing Lap for me is already a challenge, because I speak like, yo, what's up? Hey guys, like that. But then like playing Lap is like, hey Jenny, have you eaten anything today? Like it's very different. So yeah, and you have to try to make it not, you know, like
well, that
fake.
kind of shows how skilled you are with acting. I think being able to switch up with those type of roles, that's really impressive, and it's definitely not easy to do. So it's something that I know we're really looking forward to seeing in your new series, because we did love like the aggressive you know, the ruthlessness of Fourth in the other show. So I'm very excited to see this side of you as well.
Yes, it's very different. I'm excited to see myself as well.
Did you have to learn how to make coffee for the role?
Yeah, but not like, you know, like goes to like a full course. Yeah. It's just like doing the basic and knowing like difference between, you know, the coffee process, the beans, the different flavor, the notes,
Yeah.
like what it's like, just the basic. And then Playing Lux Cafes is actually a slow bar and specialty coffee, which is not like our typical, fast machine. Like we would go in, like get a latte, Americano, like that. It's a slow bar, which is like a drip. Like
Yeah.
you slowly do the coffee, and then it's very different. I'm not used to like slow life, so it was kind of like, oh my god, like when is this gonna be finished? Like doing the coffee, like slowing. But then I had to do like, I think like around nearly 100 times with the practice and the actual recording of the series, because there's so many takes.
Wow.
And there was there was actually like specialty coffee with like different mixing and that stuff, like soda. It was interesting.
That's
Like, because I never had it in real life.
So did you get to try some of the creations you were making?
Yeah. But some were like prop, like they were just color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink that.
Of course not. So in addition to that, I know you said that you kind of had to learn a little bit about the beans and like how the slow drip idea of it worked. Like, is there anything else that you needed to do to prepare yourself for this role? Because I know you said it's obviously very different from your previous character. So what was the preparation to get ready for filming for this series?
Well, in the normal process, it's just like, reading the whole story throughout, and then, get to know like the background and everything, like what happened before, because there is like, the story is evolved around things that happened before as well. So before, like the series that you won't see, but you have to tell within your inner. So it's quite difficult, to learn everything with the intention of being able to do coffee as well. So it was quite stressful and challenging, but I think like yesterday I went to music video shooting for the OST of the series, like music for the series.
Yeah.
Well, we went shooting for the video, and when we were like in a break, I was looking at some episode, because they don't want me to see first, because they want like my reaction when I see the series. So he skimmed through the videos and like the episode, and it actually looks very good, and it's very, because I thought at first it might be a bit like slow and boring, but actually it's there's a lot of things, like props to the director and producer for making it like the story not dying like throughout the whole thing. So it's so excited, man, like honestly.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
so did you
like,
feel like, I know that you had just mentioned before that how it was very different obviously on Two Moons 2, because while you were a main role, you weren't the main role. So for you, how did that feel, like going on to set, let's say your first day, knowing that, hey, like this story is my story?
Main role, like for me, like I'm not like thinking it as, oh my god, I got the main role, like kind of type of vibe. Like I'm just like, okay, it's another acting job for me. Like,
okay, yeah,
I don't really, if you give me another role but it's not main role, I would take that, because like I just want to do like a lot of movies and being an actor, but like my career was cut in half just by the COVID, like for 2 years. So anything like I just want to do right now. So yeah, there was a lot of casting that I went to, so I'll keep it to myself for now, but there is more opportunity to come. And to think about the main role part, like going to the set as a main role, I'm not really thinking about that. But like it's just like another job, and you have to do it perfectly every time. But to be honest, in 2 Moons 2, it was different. Like my mindset wasn't like this, because it was my first job, so I didn't know much. So yeah, here I'm just trying to make it like the best outcome. There was things that I could like want to go back and change for the coffee melody, like in terms of work. But yeah, it's already been done, and I think it's good. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I like that.
Are there any embarrassing, funny moments on set that you can talk about?
There was like other actors that like there was, because it's like evolved around a band as well, a music band. So those guys were funny, but like we don't have much like moments because everything is like packed. Because my role was a lot, so I don't have time to break much. So like after one, you have to go to the next one. So I don't have much time to, you know, in between the set to like play with anyone. And me and Ben just like, okay, let's go through this again. Let's go like practice. So it's more of like focus.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, especially, you know, I know that obviously on series, it's, you know, time constraints, and I can imagine it's not a lot of time to goof off or have fun. And
yeah,
totally
it was like different in Two Moons too, because like there were 6 of us as like main actors.
Right.
So like 2 would be shooting and 4 would just be like dancing and trolling. So it's different. But here it's like the main 2 is just all day shooting. I would start from like 5 a.m. and I rode my bike because like I ride it because sometimes I like to ride my bike like during morning and end of the day, because I don't like to have sunburn when it's like half of your arm, you know what I mean, when you wear a t-shirt and then half of you is just like darker shade, because like you just got like sunburn. Because if I'm gonna get tan, I have to be like even tan, you know, not like looking like like have you seen the like the one of those like there's a Thai it was like, it's a Thai snack which has got a chocolate coating. It's called Boki, and we would say like and this is out of context from the series, but like because we whenever we ride motorbike, we want to cover everything because you don't want to get sunburned, because in Thailand it's so like, oh, have you been to Thailand?
No, it's on the bucket list, but no, we haven't been there yet.
It's the sun. When I was in New Zealand, the sun tan is different because it's so like healthy for your skin, but the sun here is not like a healthy sun. So we want to cover. When I ride the bike, I have to cover everywhere, because like 30-minute exposure, I would be like red, and then after that it will peel, and it's so like, oh
wow.
Yeah. So
I want to ride my bike in the morning, and I rode to every morning I would ride to the set. It's kind of crazy, like actor riding a whole motorbike to like I said, because everyone want to be in the car chilling, reading the script, you know. But here just me just chilling in the morning with the bike, because I feel like I have to get like a rush in the morning, like adrenaline to be waking up. So I rode like Rose for like 20 minutes, and 5 a.m. I woke up, and then arriving at 6, and then we would straight away get makeup, eating at the same time, hair done. Not much time to rehearse because you already had to done all your homework and practice beforehand and workshop. But like you read through a little bit to skim, like to reset your mind, and then you just go in, and there's no break for another 4 hours to like 1 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because sometimes it's all you just see me and Ben's like every set, like hardly we wouldn't have like a full cast on one day. It's all separated, like a band and then coffee. It's like all the coffee people would be in the same, you know, day. We'll be shooting at the cafe for like whole day, and there's like smokes. They use the fog machine to make it like moody and warming, and you just get like your throat just get irritated because it's like all day exposure to those like fog machine. They are not toxic, but like when you have a lot like all day, it's just kind of annoying.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Wow. I mean, yeah, it makes sense though to like have everyone that's going to be in this scene on this day, and then, you know, you and Ben's on one day. And I get that, you know, just for, you know, timing purposes, but yeah, it's really cool and interesting to understand like some of the things that you had to do, because us as fans and, you know, regular viewers, we just put on our TV and we're just ready to watch and not understanding the hard work behind it. So I'm really happy that you shared that, because that's cool. I mean, it just shows like how hardworking, you know, actors are. So yeah, that's amazing. But, you know, going back to, you know, a little bit about the trailer, which we're really excited about. As you had mentioned before, it kind of seems like Ben's character just walked in and, like you said, found inspiration the second he saw you. And so, you know, sort of like a falling in love at first sight type of vibe. And so we wanted to know, like, is that something that you believe in, you know, you personally? Do you think that number one, love at first sight is a possibility? And number two, you know, like, is that something you've ever experienced?
Yeah, I think it's true, because like, to be honest, like when people say like, okay, like the concept of like you have to like personality, but like when you see someone, do you see personality first? To be honest, like when you go see someone, you're like, love at first sight, it's like appearance for me, because when you see someone, and like charisma, charmingness, and like all that in one role. So it's I experienced that before, like, you know, I think everyone has, because there is just some type of people that attracts you and you don't even know that you're attracted to those type of people. So there is, of course, it's true on the first sight. And the story is like very like chasing. I can't say much, but it's like it's evolved around D&E and Ben's and just chasing to get what he wants, but then turn out to be good or not, you have to watch.
Yes, I love it. And so have you ever personally experienced that moment where you were just like oh, you have? Cool. Yeah, that's good.
But I never chase that much. Like, you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah, that makes sense.
What was your first impression on Ben's? Did you guys hit it off right away, or did it take some time to build that chemistry? Because we went crazy for it in the trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, to be honest, like at first, because we know each other from casting, like previous casting, but we haven't, what do you say? Like become friends, but we were like searching each other's social media to see who's who, and then just kind of like stalking. And actor actually stalk other actors. It's facts.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I believe it.
Even if they don't follow each other. We were knowing each other, and then we went to the casting. I was like, wait, you casting for this too? And then we just kind of talk on, and then we got the role, and then everything. Ben is like a very like easy person to work with, but I would say that we are I don't know what the word in Thai, but we are like little kids fighting each other all the time, like because when I would like in a set, we would like when we hold hand, like because there's one scene where we have I can't say it though. Okay, let's just say it's like a scene is very hard, and if someone can't do it, we would like hold our like hands together, because the camera cannot see, it's only like here, like to help like let's do this and we can do it. And then but then when like that person can do it, we would throw each other and try to make that like each other laugh with like our hands like down below, like no one can see it because the camera is only like here. I would just like pinch him and then like just playing. So like we are like always fighting each other, but like in like a fun way.
Like a fun way.
Yeah, when you ask like what's the funny moment, I think it would be like between me and Ben's, like all the time. It's just our own world. When we acting, we have like playing laugh and D&E like on the roll, but then under the camera, just me and Ben's like playing, like I'm like pinching him and all that stuff. Yeah, we were always fighting.
Yeah. So that's really cool. I think that that's like something that we always imagine goes on behind the screens, but we never actually get to hear that. So that's cool to know that that's really like what does happen. And it's amazing that you guys have that kind of chemistry on
Like,
screen and off screen.
There's like, when you're like, there's a scene like crying, right? Everyone's like, oh, like emotional, the set, like the script is coming out perfectly. You hit that like, you know, climax of that scene. Like the camera's here, and then everyone's crying, but then my finger is just like, oh, like hi, like just trolling, and like to make it funny, like we just trolling each other all the time. It's so funny. So like, yeah, I think that's the funny moment in the set, but like it's not for everyone. It's just us two.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool that you guys have that kind of chemistry. I think it's very important, especially in the line of work in romance. It's very important to have that type of chemistry because I feel like it translates well on camera. If not, then you can kind of tell.
Yeah, so. I think like it doesn't for romance. Like, of course we are like super in love couple. Wait, no, I'm exposing the. I mean, like the like. Oh god, I'm getting so much trouble. But like in the series, we might be, you know, like that, but like. In real life, it's like love-hate relationship where we're just trolling each other. But like, it's so funny because like, we are trying to make ourselves, like we're helping each other to be better in acting in that scene. But then when we actually do it, we're trying to like trolls to make them laugh or something, like to strengthen like the acting skill. Like when you have to cry, but then like your finger is trying to make him like laugh. It's so funny, like.
So like, were there moments on set when you were doing that, let's say like crawling up his arm or whatever, that like you needed to take a second because he was like cracking up from that?
I wouldn't do that and like actually like I did once, but then we already got the scene. We already got like what we wanted. It just like back up, you know, you can't really, because everyone's time and you know the set is very a money drinker, so you don't want to waste it, and that's not a good thing to do, like when you try to make it perfect. But we already got the what we want. That the director was already happy. We were just playing now. So yeah, those are the time that you can do, but like, you can't do like all the time. You would get
of course.
Skull.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
Hold on, let me refill my coffee here.
Oh, you're fine. It's very on brand. It's perfect.
Very realistic.
Yes.
There's no filter here. Hold up.
Love it.
Let's go.
Okay, perfect. So one of the you know, themes that we saw in the trailer, and obviously without giving, you know, anything away because it was in the trailer, but you know, we kind of saw that it seems like Ben's character has a moment where he needs to choose between like his passion, whether it's writing music or, you know, doing music, and then love. So do you think that if you were ever in that situation where you needed to choose between love and your passion, how would you go about that? What would be, you know, what would be your immediate reaction? Like, hey, okay, I'm going to go with my passion because this is something that I've, you know, always wanted to do. Or would you choose love?
Like, I think in everyone's life, like, because we are, this is so like, sounds cliche, but like we are like live once, so we want to try a balance and experience everything. So for me, like personally, I would try to balance everything. Like I don't want to give like anything up. Like even with my own business, I'm trying to do everything, experience, like, you know, every branch that you can do, like every skill set that you can do. So it's the same thing for this. You have to like try experience, and because you're only level one, so I think it's the best for, you know, pursue what you actually want, even it's multiple things. So yeah.
Yeah, no,
for me, I would try my best to, you know, get both.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I definitely can see that. You know, that's like for us as well. I know for me, I would definitely do my best to do both too. So that makes sense. But yeah, so, speaking a little bit about your acting, I know that Two Moons 2 was your first, and now this is your second, role in, a series that we're very excited for. What would you say your dream role would be? Like, if you can just paint a picture of the exact role you would like, what would that look like?
I want to, for my like favorite role, right? That I want to try.
Yeah.
But I think like I want to do some like action series or movies, something very realistic, like like okay, in series and movie it's very different acting. So like in like drama it's like it's just two persons standing talking, and there's blocking where you don't know this in the camera, like, but we all have our blockings. Blocking is a place where you have to stand when you come on the scene. So if you have to walk to that point. You can't be further or like down. You can't go walk past it or not there yet. So you have to stand exact at that point because the camera is waiting for you there. So it's not just remember the script. It's not just getting the emotion right. It's the blocking as well. So it's like it's very difficult. So I wanted to try a movie where it's more of like a free like flow type, and I want to do like action, fighting style, something very different in Thailand because we don't have much of those.
Okay, yeah.
Action movie.
So like an action type of like would you think like the gangster genre? Would you think like the what type of genre would you imagine?
Genre? Isn't action the genre?
yeah, but like is there like like there's like different types of genres within the genre. So like action could be like like someone that's just
like Taxi Driver.
Exactly. Okay, yes, that's the type that you would like to be in.
Yeah, but with a motorbike instead.
Okay, I like it.
Who are some acting role models in your inspiration?
Acting role model. To be honest, I really don't like have one right now because like I just look at different people for their work and different style, but I don't really have like someone I look up to for the acting style because like you have to be yourself, and the role that you get is very different. But I like Johnny Depp because he does like so well with every role. So
what is like one of your favorite Johnny Depp movies that you've seen?
Well, the reason like when he does like the Fantastic Beasts, like I think it's very like his role is very, it feels like he's very cold-hearted like person, like he actually like portrays so good. Because when you see him in like as a pirate, it's very different, like funny guy, but then here it's like very like dark magic, like cold. He can like whip or like a wand at someone and just don't care about it, and he portrays that so well in the camera. So yeah,
that's one of the styles of Johnny Depp and why he's so good. He's able to kind of do like the craziest roles and then also do very serious roles. Do you see yourself as you're going through your acting career, do you kind of see yourself being able to expand like that?
I don't know how far I would go, but if I have a chance, I want to do every part, like expand. Like I would take any role because I think acting is is a job, and I want to try every part. Anything, any funny, action, gruesome, but I don't think there's that in Thailand.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that makes sense. So being an actor, it obviously requires you to kind of take on the life and personality of someone else that sometimes is very different than yourself. So have you ever had that moment where the lines have blurred and were times that you kind of feel more like your character than yourself?
There is still some part, because recently I just had like an experience like that I didn't know I had, which is like I went to another casting for another series after I finished Coffee Melody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I finished like end of last year, and I just went to this casting recently, like a week ago, and they were asking what it's like in the series, like did you have any hard part like acting, what like the challenge? So I told them, but I cannot tell you because it's like the whole script in there.
Of course.
But, yeah. And I told them, and I started crying for some reason, like, and then they when I tried to explain the situation, and they were like, oh, so you still cannot get out from like shoe step, from the shoe of that person of playing rock. Yeah, I'm kidding, like again, but like not much, but like yeah, so like they were telling me that I have like just a little bit of space inside of me, that there is still like I'm still in the shoe of that character. So I think every actor might have that, yeah, because when you are like doing it for like 2-3 months straight, you kind of like morphs into that person, and you get around to their life and story.
Yeah, I mean, you have to do a lot of research for the roles, so it makes sense that you kind of step into that person. Yeah. Are you somebody that believes, or have you ever done method acting, and would you ever try that?
There is like my role that I have, because I already only done 2 series, right, which is not much at all. I don't have like to go through that yet, but yes, I seen like before of like interviews about it and all that stuff. So I want to try, because I wouldn't say my acting is at that level, because I only done like 2 series, and I would say I was still new, I'm still experiencing. So but I'm open to anything, like in the future, to try many types, many method, many I want to go to different classes, try different role and all that stuff, meet different people.
Yeah. So
because like I would say I'm still new, like I haven't experienced much, but yeah, every time like I get the opportunity, I want to do the best. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Like visual wise and acting wise as well.
That's really
improve
cool.
Everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you are, like you said, having done 2 series already, and I know that there'll be a lot more in the future. You're still a student of the game, and I feel like even when you have a lot of series under your belt, it's always good to still be a student of the game. There's always something to learn and something to gain from each acting experience. So that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So if you weren't acting, what else do you think that you would be doing?
I think I would be working in like a marketing company, advertising, because I studied that in my university. So like maybe in the agency or something like that. Oh, like an ad agency. Yeah.
Cool. That's good to know. Yeah, I didn't know that you studied marketing. That's really cool. How?
No, I studied communication arts, and we did like marketing, advertising, PR.
Was that like something that you like felt passionate about while you were in university?
Yeah, like because it's evolved around our lives, like it's everywhere.
Very true.
Even social media is some sort of marketing and advertising, and like you need it everywhere to run a business and all that stuff, and it helps everything, with my my brand, my House Savage, like my food restaurant, my own self on social media. Yeah, so it helps, and I want to learn more, even like with the Facebook ads, TikTok ads. I want to do that. I want to try. I already done some, but like I'm not like expert yet, because we don't actually did a course on Facebook ad. They don't go into
they don't teach that, right?
It's just a broad,
yeah. I think that's coming in the future. I could see them adding that to like college classes. So yeah, that's cool. I mean, I think that for you being that, you are so popular on social media, and we'll get into that a little bit later. That's one of the reasons why we fell in love with you as a person, just seeing your presence. So it's cool that you learned that in university, to then see you using that in, your acting and how you use that on social media. That's very impressive, being that, like learning that in school.
It's like a must, skill to have. Even for just, person working, like a normal person, like there's marketing everywhere in our lives now.
Yes, there is.
Are there any actresses or actors in Thailand that you would love to work with?
I want to work with, everyone, like every actor or actress, I want to try like different, like I said, different role and all that stuff. So I don't really have like that person I really want to work with. So I'm open to anyone.
Okay. Now going back to that, is there anybody in America you would love to work with if you ever had a chance with?
Oh, Johnny Depp. But I don't think I'll be on that level. That's the bit.
That's awesome. Yeah. So we've been following you for, quite some time now, specifically on, YouTube and TikTok and, all of that. So we wanted to know, like, what made you decide to start, a YouTube page? Like, how did that come about?
Well, it was like when I was in Humans 2, I want to do like, I want like the fans to see like, like behind the scenes lives, like, vlogs, and there was so many things I wanted to do, but like it was kind of new. I don't know how to do a lot of things like recording and all that stuff. So I want to show like, the unfiltered live, different like sides of everyone, like what we do behind the scene, what we do when we're not working and all that stuff. So kind of like showing you guys what they don't show you, you know what I mean? That's why I started that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And I would definitely get back when Coffee Melody like air. I want to do more like, when I go work, like what's the process of an actor when they go to a show, event, like what they have to go through and all that stuff. So because I don't think there is anyone that does that, and I want you guys to see it.
Yeah, and
we love that.
That's actually one of the reasons why we started, behind the screen, because we do want to see that content. We want to understand you as people and not just as, the actors that, we see it as characters.
Yeah,
we want to be able to see that. So that's really cool. Yeah, we love your YouTube channel, and it's so funny because one of our favorite series is the Thirst Tweets.
Oh yeah, that was so long ago.
Completely like took us for a loop because we just didn't imagine you to do that, which was so cool. Yeah. So like, is there any like that you could think of off the top of your head, any insane like Thirst tweets that you remember that, you can share with us?
I don't think I can say it, but there is a lot on Twitter. Like, I think if I started like the hashtag again to make another video, there would still be a lot of comments.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot, because I think it's like what they say, like when your fans are like you, like the same as you.
Yeah.
We attract the same people.
You know, it's crazy because we were looking at some of them, and like we're from New York, so we're used to like the craziness and the catcalling and things like that. But some of the tweets that I saw being tweeted at you, I was like, oh, okay, it's a different type than I was expecting. But
very like unfiltered. Everyone is like my friends and family in that tweet.
Love it. I love it. But that's what makes, fans feel as close to you as they do, because you allow that. I think that's really cool. You kind of separate the stardom that you are and make them feel comfortable enough with you. So
that's what I want to do. Like, but like I said, like COVID kind of stopped everything. So everything's been on hold, and we try to like hang on to our lives, but now we are back. So I think in the future, it's going to definitely happen again, even though Coffee Melody is quite, different and charming. I'm just still gonna be their sweet Pavel because that's me. It's not playing loud.
That's okay. Yeah, we're waiting for the next episode, so we hope it comes soon. But
Sure.
aside obviously from YouTube, we see that you're very active on TikTok. In fact, the way that I found your TikTok was hilarious because one of your videos went viral, and I'm obviously an ATEEZ fan. And so your reaction to San from the music video probably like had me laughing for easily 20 minutes. So do you consider yourself an ATEEZ? Like, are you ATEEZ fan?
No, I mean, I just like individual, people, because like I find like it's like what we discussed previously. It's like the love at first sight, because I saw like his aesthetic, like it's just so like he's like very like sharp jaw, and like he's very lean, and I like the way he looks, like dance, and it's the clip that he does that thing, and it's just, I think everyone's like that, so
yeah. And
that's why they put it out to be
of course
his main move. So
yeah,
there is some marketing behind that.
of course. But yeah, so I mean, that's how we, like, for me, I got introduced to your TikTok page, obviously immediately followed, and then saw all of your other content, which was amazing. So being that you're very popular on TikTok, I think you have like somewhat of like 1.5 or 1.6 million followers, which is amazing.
Yes.
So what made you decide to do TikTok? Like, you just woke up one day and said, okay, let me just try this and see how it goes?
It was like 2020, something like that. And like, I was like doing TikTok, and then started to do more. And then one clip just went like 13 million.
Yeah.
No, 17 million something. And like, okay, so TikTok is like giving me airtime here, so let's keep doing it. So like, yeah, but it's not like that anymore, because I think that TikTok during that time, it was COVID, so like everyone is just on their phone.
Yeah.
But now it's very different. The algorithm is different. But yeah, I'm glad I did it that time. I wouldn't have that many followers.
Right.
Because like it's not just fans for my series. It's like outside.
Yeah.
From different field as well.
Yeah.
We absolutely love your video of you dancing with Top. Is dancing something you're also passionate about?
Oh, okay. I used to do dancing back in like when I was a kid, but like then it kind of stopped, because like when you change like country, your friends and everything just changed. Yeah, it's like a whole new life. So I kind of stopped. But yeah, I want to go back again and do that. So dancing, like hip hop, because New Zealand culture is all based around dancing, like the royal family, like Paris Global. She's like one of the main choreographer for the everything. She's like the main like dancer in the world. So New Zealand is like based around dancers. So they are super good. I think they're like one of the best in the world.
Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, so is that how you got into, so when you had gone to New Zealand?
It's like a culture.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense, yeah. And do you feel like it's not as big in Thailand, and that's why you're not really okay. That
because like here, they don't really get recognized, and it's like, we have like good dancers that win like dance battle, like world dance battles. Yeah. But the news doesn't really show that they won. Like, it's so sad that they don't get the recognition.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
It's a very different culture.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that, with you being there, and I mean, we've seen some of the dance, like she was saying with Top, and I mean, you look like a really good dancer. So I really hope that you're able to pick that back up, because we'd like to see more of it.
Yeah, awesome. I want to do again, like, because like I said, like, you met me in 2 Moons too, and then live just been on pause since COVID for everyone. So like, we were just holding onto our lives, so we can't really be showing like more content. So after this, when everything's better, yeah, of course, it's gonna be like developing time and show more content, YouTube and all that stuff.
Yeah, we're really excited to see that. Yeah, we can't wait. So obviously you had mentioned your bike before. So what made you, number one, decide to get a bike? Because I've always, we don't really have too many. I mean, yes, there's obviously motorcycles here in New York, but it's not really the main form. And it seems from a lot of the shows that we've seen in Thailand, that's very popular to either ride, motorcycles or bike, So what made you decide to not only get a bike, but then also do a lot of content? Because your content with your bike is pretty awesome. So like, how did you get into doing that?
Well, for me to get into riding, it was like when I first moved back to Thailand, because when I moved back, I moved a whole country from New Zealand, so I didn't have anything, like no car, but my family does, but I didn't want to drive. I drove in New Zealand, but when I was like 16, 17, 18, but here it's like, it's different driving. It's crazy, man. Like, it's like it's traffic. It's not much like, rules. Everyone just change like lanes, like without light. Sometimes it's crazy. It's very different. So I was scared, and I hate like traffic. So I got my family's like a scooter. When I first went to university, I didn't want to catch like a public transport because I had to wake up like so early because there's so many people that goes on it, so I have to wait. So I just did one day after like 1 month, I think, of public transport, I just grabbed my family scooter, my brother-in-law, and just went to university with it. And it helps me by 1.5 hours of time. So
wow.
Yeah, so I just started doing that without telling my family. Because they were scared, because I was still young at that time. Like, I think I was like 19. Yeah, I was like 18, 19, and then I grabbed that to university. It was like 20 kilometers, of scooter riding without telling anyone. I was crazy, but like,
did you have your license?
Yeah. And then and then they found out, so I just went told them that I really want to ride, because like I didn't want to, it's in Thailand, it's very time consuming to travel. Even in Bangkok, it's like 2-3 hours of traffic.
Wow, that's not worse than New York.
Yeah, it's like prime time is like the worst. So that's why you see a lot of scooters in Asian countries. That's like the main. So I just rode that to university, and then I become obsessed with like, fast lifestyle of like, and people were like, oh, are you not hot or anything? I'm like, I rather have more time, and free time. So I got used to riding, and then back then riding a big bike, like sound like having a 4-cylinder engine, having a big bang sound, like noise, would be like dream for teenagers. So I'll start dreaming, looking at it every day on like Facebook, like secondhand page and all that stuff. It was my old bike, Honda CB 650F. It was 4-cylinder, 600cc, 650cc.
That must have gone fast.
Yeah. The type is called naked bike. Naked bike is a bike without a sport fairing. It's more of a like upright sitting, but still leaning a little bit. More of a sporty, but still comfortable. So yeah, that was like the main go-to for teenagers in Thailand, because it's cheap, but still have a very sporty sound. It's quite loud, and I think my mom, I was begging my mom, because I was like 19, I had no money, no nothing, no business. This is like before like 2 months too. And I didn't have anything, no job, and just, I was working part-time-ish, and then, I was begging my mom. She was still working overseas in New Zealand. So, because I came back by myself, and I was like begging her for like 3 months straight. I just keep sending pictures, and then she just bought it for me on I was thinking it was like deposit and finance.
Oh wow.
Because she bought it for me, and I rode that to university and everywhere. I was like, oh, it's that bike that I rode in 2 months too.
Really? That was your own bike? That's so cool.
Yeah. And yeah, it was like my first actual, motorbike. I was so happy, and like the first ride, I didn't know how to ride a clutch bike at that time when I bought it. So after I picked it up.
You mean to tell me you made your mom buy you a bike and it was a clutch and you just winged it?
Yeah. And then
wow.
You didn't burn out the clutch?
No. I remember picking up with my brother-in-law. It was one of the bike that he wants. And we picked it up. I still have the clip, but it's on my own phone. I was like on passenger seat taking a video, and he rode. It was like 10 kilometers from the shop. It's a second-hand bike. It's around 280k baht, which is around. Let me see. Hold up. Because it was like second-hand and was like so let's see, 2,800 baht to USD, 8,000 US dollars, and she bought that on finance for me.
You didn't know how to ride the clutch.
Yeah.
I ride the clutch. You are crazy.
And I was on a passenger, and then we got home, and then we sat at home and like, bro, like you need to teach me now because I want to ride it. And he rode me again to like some university nearby. There was like a parking lot, and we were just like trying how to learn how to clutch. And then because I know how to ride a motorbike, but I didn't know how to ride the clutch system thingy, how to do the gear and all that stuff. I know how to balance on it.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't know how to do like the clutch. So we would win around like 30, 40 minutes, and then I stopped. It's like one of the stop, like urgent stop, and then it broke one of the like the mirror on the side.
Oh,
so I had to buy a new one straight away. But it was like
your mom, or was it just like oh my god, let me fix this right away?
Tell. Yeah, it was like it was like $20 fixed. So it's
that's not bad.
It's like one of those like the stop book, and then because you brake and it had no ways to go, so the weight just go down.
And it was probably in slow motion too as you were going down.
Yeah, it's like you try to hold it back. So I learn, and then 2 months to when I went to casting, I already know how to ride it. So that's why I went to casting, because for ride a bike.
Yeah, we were wondering when we had seen you and the bike, we always wondered to ourselves if you learned how to ride a bike for the role, but that's interesting that you already knew.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Because the professor that told me to go to cast, he saw me at university riding already. So like, and then for 2 months too, they didn't know what bike they were gonna use, and they were trying to borrow Ducati to be on set. It was a Panigale, like this one, like a super sport bike Panigale.
Wow.
To be on a set. This is like rose, like old rose, like and I was like, oh, so happy, like I'm gonna ride like a super bike. And then they couldn't borrow it or something like that, so I was super sad. So I offered my own bike to be in a set. So okay, and I was like, oh my god, I need to have that bike in the future. So a year and a half later, I bought it.
I love it.
Yeah, I bought the Ducati that they were gonna use, but they couldn't use, so I bought it.
And that's Rosé right now.
Yeah, and I didn't have to get mom to buy it this time.
That's good. That's good. We're moving on up. That's good. I love it.
That's why I bought the Ducati, because I think we were deciding. I was deciding with my mom what to buy, because I want something to be. I'm like a guy where this is my personality. I like to be like on the top of the food chain, like and like bike wise. Like if I buy a bike, I want to be like the top bike, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so I was designing with my mom, like should I get a BMW like S1000R or Ducati? And mom's like,
Good
Ducati. Because she's
Yeah.
like, you get an Italian bike, you don't have to buy anymore. And no, I don't think any parents gonna say that to you, convince you to buy a super bike, because they're gonna be like, oh, don't buy it, you're gonna like, accident and all that stuff. But she said, get this one. I'm like, okay, that's different. The first bike was a scooter, right? 50cc, and then I jumped to like 650cc, and this one is 1,100. So like it's like doubling every time. So I wrote that, and then I was like, I put it on sport mode. There was like street, sport, and race. I put it on sport, and I was like, I was screaming. I remember this moment when you buy something brand new. It's like I was screaming in a helmet. I'm like, what the did I buy? Like literally,
I love
what
it.
what did I buy? Like what the hell is this? It's like
Yeah.
crazy. Everything is torque. Like it's like a whole new system. This is probably like what millionaires experience when they buy a Lamborghini or something.
Absolutely. Yeah. I
It's
can
so
imagine.
crazy.
That's so
But I don't get that anymore. It's so used to it. I'm like, oh, this is getting slow.
Aw. Now you're gonna go for the 2000, right?
There is none. This is like the end.
Love it.
So we're also big fans of your music. We are obsessed with Drink.
Mhm.
Such a good song.
How long have you been doing music for?
To be honest with you, I don't do music, but I wanted to do something. I only rap for fun and practice, but I don't do music, but I wanted to do something for the fans because it was during COVID and I had no job for a long time. So I wanted to put a little content, something for, the fans to have, it's not like, it's like one of those content that, okay, I want to try, like I said, I want to try everything when you only live once again. And I want to try everything to see what it's like. I don't care like what's the outcome going to be. Like you just give it your best and see, just have fun.
I was ready to buy the album.
Yeah, I don't think I was going to do it like that, but I want to have like some music content. Yeah,
Nice.
for the fan, because it was during COVID it was like so sad, like I could only stream, but it made me like strengthen my relationship with my fans because like I would be
Definitely.
more reactive.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I think that because you were streaming so much, and I know because we tuned in for a lot of them,
Mhm.
like it definitely helped us feel a lot closer and kind of understand you more as a person. Because, like you said, we did meet you in 2 Moons 2, and then after that, it was nothing just because of COVID. So you constantly pushing out
Yeah,
stuff was
sad.
really awesome. Yeah, definitely. But so in addition to like acting and your non-music career, but doing the music aspect of it and other YouTube, TikTok, all the content you put out, we see that you also mentioned before that you have the clothing line Half Savage, which I'm so excited for the new drop. But
Mhm.
and you also have the food restaurant. How did you get into doing that on the side of what you're already doing?
Well, Half Savage was like, I still remember how it started. I went to a mall with mom and I'm like, that's a cool shirt. I'm like, what if everything we can make that? When you think of making shirt, back in the day, it was like making a whole brand. It seems like a big deal, right? Like finding fabric without knowing anything. Like just as a kid, because like 3 years ago, I was still like, my mindset's different. And like, it was hard to do. So I was thinking, oh, this is gonna be hard like to do. So we just tried. There was so many things like we tried. It was like finding a fabric, a blank tee, and then it was like a flex type of printing, which they use plastic and then heat transfer it onto the shirt. But it's not like good, but it's one of the easiest because you don't need a minimum number of batches, so you can do just 1 or 2 or 3. You can print it from a computer, heat transfer it. So it was like a beginner level, and then so many things I have to experience. Like, trust me, all these years I have to do everything. I'm still doing everything by myself. How savage. That's why it's kind of growing slowly and trying to find what's right. So I have to learn. While I was doing my brand, I have to learn what the fabric is in the industry and how to do this, how to not get tricked by the company, the factory. There's so many things. Doing like payment gateway, international payment. Like when you're a kid, like when you think of that, how do I start? You know, it's like something that like there's a lot going on behind the scene. How to make a website, how to do a checkout, how to send, how to do the tax invoice for a customer, how to deal with customs. Like there's so many things that I had to learn. It's just kind of pushed towards me. When I thought of having a brand, I thought it was just, okay, fine, learn about fabric, learn about printing, send, and it's done. But no, there is so many things that come after it because I didn't plan, because I didn't know what, like how it's gonna go, how well it's gonna do. But then it went well, so I had to learn all these things by myself and all that stuff. So now it's like very, you know, on the final stage where I'm trying to branch out to be an actual brand, trying to stay consistent with the quality. And I will show you, hold on, because I'm trying to make like to be actual brand, to have the image, what people perceive. So I went like do like photo shoot. This is not like upload yet, but it's like a preview of how savage would be.
That's
so
awesome.
Like
and that looks very sweet.
Yeah, like luxury, but yet still street, you know, something very clean, you know, for the fans. And I went experience with like designing it with myself, designing it with another designer, having other people do it. End of the day, it comes back to me designing again. Yeah. Because it's my brand, like, because I was experiencing everything, different type of fabric. One batch would be kind of different because there's so many things. So I come to like conclusion that everything needs to be controlled by me, because a streetwear brand is definitely needs to be you, right? You can't have other designer. So I just, and that I had to develop a designing skill, which I had no idea. Photoshop, Illustrator, like how to use, you know? So there's so many things that I had to do by myself. That's why it's taking so long, like 2 years to experience everything. So yeah, I think I'm at the point where can push it to the mass. And I think my design, I'm not trying to be confident or anything, but I think my design can, like my brand can reach out to more of a mass people, like the normal people doesn't have to be fans, people that appeal this type of clothing. So I'm trying to expand with the skills that I learned from university of marketing and advertising. So I'm trying to push everything, you know, towards the goal. But I already have like everything planned, so like it's gonna be like that.
That looks
social media.
So cool.
That looks awesome. Yeah, I know that, you know, with the streetwear, like specifically even in New York, like we are obsessed with that kind. So when I had seen like,
it needs to be you,
and I think that's important. And I feel like with your design so far that we've seen, like that you recently have posted with the new drop coming, like that is definitely something I could just see in Times Square, people just walking and taking pictures.
Yeah, because I get inspiration from a lot of UK brand, American brand, like people representing streetwear from like around the world. I watch hip hop music video to get inspiration. Like it sounds weird, but like you need to do that for streetwear. Street is street, so there needs to be like, you know, a very street. Like you have to watch those type of stuff. UK drip, UK drill type of music, American trap, like all that stuff. You have to, you know, that's why I've been experiencing, but now this style is going to be final now.
We're really excited for the drop, and that makes sense. I mean, that's literally your who you should be marketing to, is those people, because those are the people that would wear it. So doing your research, watching the American trap music videos and like it makes sense, like because that would be the people that would buy it. But we're really excited, and you know, I absolutely love that, you know, you have that for your fans. I think that's really cool. But it also shows some kind of congruency, like you were saying, how difficult it is, you know, being an actor with all of the work that you put in. And then you see that even in your clothing brand, all of the work that you had no idea you would need to put in. So it shows like, you know, how hard work really is the only way to do certain things in life. So that's really,
and it actually grow like so much, like in terms of, you know, actual brand and how I, you know, be able to branch out and do more things in life financially, and you know, and my skill expanded, all that stuff.
That's awesome. That's really
and I'm actually having, I don't have the sample here, but I haven't told anyone like outside yet, but let me see if I have. No, I don't have. It's I'm doing cosmetic. It sounds like cliche, but actors doing cosmetic stuff again. But like, no, this one is I'm doing a cream brand. It's a night repair, advanced night repair cream, which is being tested for this recipe is being tested in like formula is being tested in the clinic that I've been doing my face at by the doctor that I've been doing and
awesome.
consulting at, and he's been experimenting with this formula and he's been selling to customer a lot. So I'm making it into my own brand. It's called Be Bright.
Right. Okay.
Be Bright. Advanced Night Repair, which is a cream that you put on every other day or twice a week. It's when you sleep and you don't sleep much and you have like tiredness or like
me every day
when you've been outside with like all the hotness from the sun and all that stuff, you get like a tired look, or like sunspot, dark spot when you have pimples and all that stuff. It destroys it and it evens it out. It's like night repair, and it's been tested and been used by other customer of the clinic for sunspot. It's one of the main selling point of it, like the sunspot, like when you get like, you know, you get sunspot here, right? Like around here, it's like it takes it away.
Well, you've definitely sold me.
Yep.
So I am very excited for it to hit the market because I will be buying. So that's
I have like a picture because we are just testing the packaging now. So the real stuff is still not with me. Like the packaging, we still in the testing period. Hold on. What is that? Oh, hold on. Let me tone down the screen.
Oh, that looks very sleek. I like that.
Let me show you a bit more. It's not bright enough.
I like the packaging.
Very nice.
Be Bright or White Night Repair. It's got all the it's got all 4 ingredients for like, you know, brightening, for sunspot, like brightening in terms of not just for your looks, like, you know, waking up in the morning having fresh and bright skin, like, you know, not looking tired. It repairs sunspot, dark spot, like dark circle or whatever. So it helped with all that because it's got like 4 main ingredients for all brightening, which is like deep sea seaweed extract as well, flower extract, but I cannot say which yet, and alpha butane, so which is like all like the ingredients for, you know, skin brightening and sunspot repairing, all that stuff, dark spot, pimple spot.
That's so cool. I'm very excited now.
I've been experiencing it and trying it for like 2 months now.
And you're seeing a difference?
But to be honest, my skin is already clear. My skin is already clear, but I use it for fresh brightening before I go to work. But I gave one to my mom for her dark spot from like the pimples, and my sister, she have like problem with pimple because she have hormones pimple.
Yeah.
So she have like dark spots. So I gave her to use as well, and it's repairing. It's not like one of those magic thing that you put on, it's gone like next day, like Photoshop. You know, it's like a week. I would say a week will be done.
That's so cool. Well, we're really excited
because it's not like it's a doctor's cream. It's like very concentrated.
Okay.
You put it on and it goes inside your skin like straight away. It's not one of those like shining like water-based cream.
Yeah.
It's like very
which
meaty,
is popular here in the United
inside,
States.
yeah.
So that's really exciting to hear that it's not like that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So now we're going to be joined by one of our partnered pages, which is the Cebu BL organization. Here we have Yam and Jen. Hey guys, how are you guys doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Pavel.
Hi.
Yeah, so I'm Yam. We're from the Philippines, and we're like one of the biggest pages here with over 110,000 followers and page likes. So yeah, so we're very excited to ask you some fan questions which were sent to our page. So we posted about this interview, and we get several really cool questions coming from all of your supporters and your fans. So we will be asking that. So Jen,
let's go.
Hi, P. Pavel. I'm Jen from the Philippines, and I would like to ask, what is your dream vacation destination or the place that you want to visit the most if you have free time?
I would want to visit New Zealand again because it's like my second home. Well, I don't have a second home or first home, but like it's like my two homes in Thailand and New Zealand. So I want to go back there and visit my friends.
Thank you.
all right. So so we have another question here, and it came from Jessa Marie Gerolaga, and I think she would love it to hear her name being mentioned here. Her question is really interesting, and I think it will make you ponder, right? So what's your most rewarding experience as an actor?
Rewarding experience as an actor, there is a lot. One is seeing your outcome that you did in the series, the movies, to be able to see all the people that react to it. You guys, like, we all watch. I don't know about others, but I watch like reaction of like fans watching the trailer, the episode. So that's like one of the outcome in terms of emotional well-being. And for one of my recent life achievement is having sustained business from this Half Savage is from you guys. Like, without you guys, it wouldn't start. My restaurant and Rose bike, I wouldn't be able to buy that if I was working, like being a student still. So yeah, that is like helping me with all the life, everything. It's all like together. It's like a boost.
Yeah. So, sorry.
No.
Yeah, so actually one thing we would like to comment on that when hearing you mention all of those is how you really want to connect with your fans. And I think we could say, as your fans and supporters here from the Philippines, we really appreciate your effort as well as everything that you put into when it comes to everything that you put out on YouTube, on TikTok and everything. So we post a lot about you, and ever since way back on our inception in 2020, you're one of the of the most of the hottest topics and posts that we would post to our followers. So yeah, so thank you so much for all the love that you've been giving.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so now, to kind of close out the interview, what we like to do with a lot of our guests is we play this game called New York Minute. And so pretty much it's kind of fast paced, and we do different things a lot of the times. So one of the games that we would like to play with you, I don't know if you ever heard of Two Truths and a Lie. Have you ever heard of that game?
I heard of Truth or dare? Is it the same?
No. Okay, so pretty much we would like to kind of put your acting skills to the test. And so the way that it works is you're going to tell us, it's two lies. No, is it 2 lies and a truth? No, yeah, it's 2 truths and a lie.
Yes.
So what you're going to do is you're going to tell us 2 truths about you and a lie. And so we have to guess which one is the lie.
2 truth.
Yep. So like it could be like you own Rose, which is this type of bike, and something like that. 2 truths and then a lie about like a lie. You're 6'7", for example. You know what I mean? So that type of thing.
I don't even know what my truths are, to be honest. I don't know though. Hold on. Give me a second.
No worries, take your time.
I own a house.
Okay.
I own a bike.
Okay.
And I went to a house party with more than 500 people.
When was this house party?
5 years ago, I think. No, more than that.
It could be true. Knowing Pat, knowing your personality, I feel like that's true. I would say the lie is you own your own house.
Yes.
Yeah.
House.
That's true.
Is it the party?
No, I mean that you got it.
Okay. So wait, you really?
I live in my sister's house at the moment.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because my
you
mom
really
is live here and my sister live here. My dad here.
Oh, okay.
Because
Cool.
if I want a place, I want to get like a condo in the city to cut like the traffic time.
Yeah.
Because the house in there is so too expensive. I rather have the condo and it's more convenient.
Yeah, that makes sense. But thank you again so much, Pavel, for this interview. We really appreciate it. It was so cool getting to chat with you and get to know you a little bit more. And just to kind of close us out, would you just like kind of give a message to your fans? Anything you want them to know or anything you would like to tell them?
Of course, I want to say thank you to you two for having me today as well, and to the fans who are watching this and supporting me, from the beginning to now. And there's many more to come. And stay tuned for Coffee Melody. It's getting super close. When I was finished filming and they were telling me it's like July, I was like, oh my god, 7 months, and now it's nearly here. So it's getting so quick.
Yeah.
And it's very different, and I think you guys gonna like it. And there's gonna be more job coming. Of course, I'm still doing casting for a lot of roles as well recently. So yeah, you might be able to see me more often now after COVID is gone.
Yay, we cannot wait. Yes. Thank you again so much, Pavel. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you so much. All right, you too. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you.